You have so much potential. It's time to stop holding back. It's time to stop playing small. What's that one thing that you've been really wanting to do, but you always talk yourself out of it? You always say things like, no, not today, maybe tomorrow. No, I'm just not ready yet. No, I'm too scared. No, I don't think it's the right time. Or I don't think I can do that. It's totally normal to feel all of those things, but you're never truly going to feel ready to do the thing that you've been wanting to do until you start actually doing it. And the easiest way to start actually doing it, which I know kind of goes against logic, it goes against everything that we've learned and been taught growing up, but stop over analyzing it. You don't always have to worry about all of the little details involved. Because when you start over analyzing like that and you start trying to pick all the little details and open them up and see what you have to do in order to achieve your end result, you are unknowingly putting little blocks in the way, because then you see this one little detail and you're like, okay, but how? Okay, but what about this? Okay, but what about that? And things don't always have to be this puzzle piece all the time. Because think about it this way: when you've been washing the dishes or you're in the shower and you get this amazing idea that pops in your head, you're not even thinking about anything. You're just in the moment, and then this idea comes to mind, and you're like, wait, that is actually brilliant. It's that moment that you're sitting in stillness that actually helps you to see the bigger picture. It helps you to see a bigger perspective of whatever that thing is that you've been wanting to do. Because when you're focusing on all the little tiny details, you're narrowing your view space of the thing itself. You're only focusing in on those little tiny details and you're not able to see the bigger picture anymore. But when you zoom out for a little bit, your perspective changes, your perception changes as well, and you can see things more clearly when you're not constantly over analyzing, when you're not constantly worrying about XYZ, when you're not constantly finding ways to doubt yourself or to feel scared, when you're just sitting in that stillness, knowing that everything is going to work out no matter what. You don't have to think about, yeah, what about this though? What about that? Don't think about what if. Think about the best case scenario, always, for anything. That's something that I really had to, and I'm kind of going off topic really quick, but that's something that I really had to learn in my life, was that I used to be someone who was a chronic overthinker. I used to overthink everything and overanalyze everything, and I always had to be in control of everything. But I had to really sit down with myself and say, you know what? Why is it so easy for you to think about the worst case scenario all the time? Why is it so easy for you to always think about all the bad things that could possibly happen? Because I would do that. I would think about, oh yeah, but what about this though? What if that happens? How would I take care of that problem then? And what would actually happen in my life is that all the long list of what ifs that I didn't want to happen, that I was preparing for, they would end up happening because I expected them, because that was my expectation. So when I sat down with myself, I was like, if it's so easy for you to expect the worst and experience the worst, then wouldn't it be just as easy for you to expect the best and experience the best? So when I shifted my mindset like that, I stopped viewing everything as a possible obstacle. I had to start telling myself, no, no matter what I experience, it is the best case scenario. I started to see changes in my life, and not even just in my life, but within myself. I no longer felt anxious. I no longer felt overwhelmed all the time. I no longer felt nervous all the time. I no longer found myself overthinking everything. I feel more at peace now. I feel more comfortable with myself now. And you want to know why? Because I trust myself. And that's the point of this whole video, is give yourself permission to unleash your truest or your highest potential. It's okay if you feel doubtful or if you feel scared, but don't let the doubt or the fear or the worry or whatever it is, don't let that run you, because you are not those feelings or those emotions that pop up. You are so much bigger than that. But when you're focusing too much on the feelings or the negative emotions or all of the things that are popping up externally, you are essentially giving your energy to those things. So wherever your energy goes, energy is going to expand, right? So wherever you're putting your energy, it expands. And that's why you're constantly putting off that thing that you've been wanting to do. That's why you're constantly doubting yourself or feeling scared or telling yourself you're not ready or telling yourself, finding every excuse in the book as to why it's not the right time yet. Who said it's not the right time? And that's another thing, is that you write your own rules for your own life. If you want to do something, give yourself the permission to do so, because the days are going to pass anyway. If you constantly talk yourself out of doing something for whatever reason, the days are going to pass. Do you really want all of those days to pass and you have still not done the thing that you've been wanting to do and it's been years after the fact? Or would you rather just do that thing right now? Because, like I said earlier, when you just start doing the thing, everything else starts to flow or piece together naturally. And I know when you're thinking about it, right, when you're trying to plan everything, it doesn't look that way. When you're trying to plan everything, or when you're trying to get all the logistics in order, you're like, okay, well, I have this and I have to do that, and then we have to get through this and then this and then that. But when you just start doing it, you are embodying that version of you who would be doing that thing anyway. And when you are that version of you who would be doing that thing anyway, you already know exactly what to do. You don't necessarily have to plan everything out, because if you just start, you kickstart the momentum that way. And everything else that you need to do along the way is going to happen naturally. It'll come up naturally. If you're taking this force type of action to get something done, there's nothing wrong with taking action to get something done, right? But when you're doing it from this place of like lacking or desperation, that's when you get into like this chaser mode. But life is not about chasing anything. Life is about receiving things. It's about you living out your experience as an expression, being able to receive what life has to offer you. It's not, let me offer up all of my energy so I can do this one thing. It's not like that. You sit in your power, sit in your highest potential, and know that whatever it is that you've been trying to accomplish, whatever it is that you've been wanting to do that you haven't done yet, it is within your grasp. You can have that thing like this if you just allow yourself to do so. Take that one actionable step of getting started, and from there, everything else is going to start rolling into place or falling into place as it should. So stop holding back. Whatever that thing is that you've been putting off for so long, it's time to start. Start right now, because once you do, you're going to feel so much better and you're finally going to be able to have that thing that you've been wanting to do. You've got this. That does it for this one. I will see you next time. I love you.